Take two? Alright, it's still working. I just hit record, and I spent the last 30, 40, 50 minutes or so playing around, and then when I finally hit record, Blender decided to freeze on me. But welcome to another Saturday edition, take two of the Pantheon of Apollo. I'm hoping I can do this in just 2 takes now. Welcome back. I've learned quite a bit this week. Well, actually, I haven't been able to practice any of it, so you guys are going to be able to see it firsthand, how I screwed up or how I do it right. We have 19 subscribers on YouTube now. That's pretty exciting for me. I didn't even think that it was going to go that far. I know there's some people out there that are from the Stone Mountain 64. Find him on Facebook. He does some pretty awesome streams. But one of my favorite things that he does is Self-Promotion Sunday, where he takes one day out of the week and allows everyone to post their own content, their own streams. So if you're a fan of that, go check him out. I'm sure he could always use more followers and more views. He does quite a bit of good live streams. He does a lot of battle royales, which, not my cup of tea, but I like watching them. It's fun. I suck at playing them, but I do enjoy watching them. We have quite a bit that we fixed this week, quite a bit that we learned. First of all, anyone who's been watching, they know that I was having trouble with the object. Like I can move the viewport anywhere I want, but I was having trouble moving the camera to fit the object. So I accidentally stumbled upon this when I was just playing around with other stuff. But if you hold Shift and then the center mouse wheel, you can actually move the two-dimensional left and rights and stuff like that, up and down. So like Shift, mouse wheel, no mouse wheel does the rotation, or I mean, just the mouse wheel with no shift does the rotation. But when you hold Shift, it moves the environment. So that's going to help us out quite a bit with our we don't have to move the object everywhere now. So, and then the other thing I just figured out not long ago is if you go Z, let's go to wireframe, I guess, and then select the whole thing and then hit R, you can rotate it pretty easily. Just hit R, and then I'm sure if you hit RY, you can rotate it along just the Y axis, RX, just the X axis. So I had a really cool idea. One of the things I wanted to talk about is if you're going to follow a tutorial, like I'm following the tutorial from YanSculpts. I'll try to link it again. It's linked in the other ones, but he's a great how-to guy. I am not a how-to video. I can't stress that enough. But yeah, just go check him out. You can follow his tutorial, and you'll get a lot better idea of what you're doing on this than what you're going to get from watching me. These videos that I'm making they're not so much a how-to video as they are just my path, my journey. So if you ever wanted to see someone learn Blender from scratch and learn how to do video game animations or just short stories, and the 2 goals that I have when doing this is, one, I want to basically create all my writing that I do. I want to switch that over and turn them into short stories, animes, miniseries. The first one I have planned is titled Pantheon of Apollo. I'm not going to give no spoilers out yet. As soon as I can learn how to do all this, I will start, putting out information about it and see if anyone's actually interested in it. But the other thing I want to do is I want to create my own games, or at least try, because a game that's kind of a lot more involved. But if I get enough support and if we get enough interest, maybe it'll be something I do a little bit later. But definitely not on the smartness level for that. So what I want to do is, or what I was trying to say, rather, is if you're going to follow a tutorial, you don't have to follow it word for word. I haven't been following YanSculpts word for word. There's been a couple of things that he's done that I haven't. I mean, obviously his pummel, his handguard, his grip, a lot of stuff on his is much different than mine. Last week we were having trouble with the vertices. Still having fun with that word. Why? That's weird. Oops. It's really weird. I definitely don't like that. That's a lot better. My mouse wheel is not as sensitive as it should be for some reason. I'm wondering if I switched the settings on by accident. Anyway, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, you don't have to follow tutorials word for word. So one of the things that I thought would be cool for me to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the whole sword. I'm going to rotate Y. And now rotate X. There we go. And I'm going to put it like that. And I'm going to grab the whole thing and move it up a little bit. And what I'm going to do with this, let's get out of wireframe mode, is I think I'm going to make a sword in the stone. A little, not so much Excalibur, but Excalibur-esque. I'm going to go ahead and finish the sword off. Today I think we're going to learn how to do a little bit of materials, coloring and stuff like that. I'm still trying to figure out how to do like the actual materials as far as shading and I can't remember the other term. Something I learned. It's in a video from the Blender Guru a long time ago. But materials and shading basically. But I did kind of figure out how to do the coloring, so I'm gonna try to do that this episode. We might end up doing a rock at some point. Maybe this episode. I don't think we'll be able to get to it because that's gonna be a long time coming. But eventually, what we're gonna do is put a rock right here. So that way, we're gonna have a sword in the stone. And then we're going to learn how to do the background for it. So it's going to have, I'm thinking like English countryside maybe, you know, the King Arthur and the sword and stone. That's English, I think. Pretty sure it's English folklore. But we're going to kind of go off that. It'd be cool. Maybe not English folk. Maybe I'll do something Skyrim-y in the background, you know, snow and dragons or something like that. Or, oh, that'd be fun. Do something like that. That'd be pretty fun. But that's going to be probably a while away with the amount of practice time I get. So what I did is last episode, you might remember, I kind of screwed up these vertices. Shift, that's right. I screwed up these vertices right here. I think the problem is the closer I get. I wonder if this is just a really tiny object. I don't know how to... Where's the measuring tool? Loop cut. Well, I mean, I guess it's not super important. One of the things that I did want to kind of figure out someday is how to figure out how big this is. Because right now, this... Hold on. Let's try something. I want to try something interesting. This is an experiment. Let's do that. There we go. Z back to... Let's do rendered. Solid? Rendered. Huh. I don't know if that's normal or not. Anyway, let's go to solid. Come on. There we go. Alright, so what I did is at the end of the last episode, it was nap time, so I didn't really have a lot of time to fix what I did wrong. But I couldn't figure out how to fix it. So what I did is I just reloaded my last save, which is why it's super important to save often. Definitely, so that way if you screw up, or if you do something that for some reason, like me, you can't figure out how to undo. Oh, excuse me. Got my trusty water. But if you do something that you cannot figure out how to undo, then you could simply reload it, repeat some of the stuff that you did, and this is what I came up with. What I did is I ended up changing the pummel a little bit down here into more of a diamond shape. And then what I did down here is I thinned out the handguard. I kind of wanted to make it more realistic. Not realistic. You know what I mean? Less thick, because if you remember before, this was super duper thick. And I just didn't care for how that looked. So that's what I did there. I was thinking about maybe even changing it a little bit more. What I might end up doing is pushing the pummel or the handle up a little bit, so that way this creates more of an bowl-in effect. So let's see what that looks like if we do that. Wireframe, we're going to go to the wireframe mode. We are going to make sure that we're on vertices, which we are. And then, whoop, I'm still figuring. There. Now select these, and then grab maybe. There. And let's go out to solid mode. Yeah, see, I like that. That creates more of a hand guard. The whole purpose of this piece on a sword is this is where you grab. This is your handle. This is going to protect you from incoming swords. So or incoming blows rather from other swords. So if you didn't have this here, it would be a simple matter of dragging your blade down the edge of this blade, and then you could just simply cut their hands or their fingers or what have you off, and it would be pretty bad. Now having that there, it's easy to deflect those blows. So that's the purpose of that. You want that there to protect you. And I kind of like having it bold in just a little bit. I like that look. All right, so we're going to do something that I was trying to figure out 1 or 2 episodes ago, and I didn't get it right. So let's see if I can do it again. Be Control and R. All right, see now what that did right here is you can see, right this, it created a loop cut. That's what I was trying to do before, and for some reason I couldn't do it. Now the cool thing about this is you'll see it's highlighted. Now if it's highlighted, I can scroll up on the mouse wheel and create as many as I want. Or if you scroll down on the mouse wheel, I think I like that. I think 5 will be just enough. Now scrolling down on the mouse wheel decreases the number. So you can go up and down as much as you want. I think 5 is a good number. And then if you left click, now okay, I'm gonna say left click, but keep in mind for other Blender users, you might have the settings different than me. I'm not sure what the default is. I know for 2.79, I think it was right click was the default, and for 2.8, it's left click is the default. I like the left click because I'm a noob and a pleb, and that's just how computers are supposed to be. So, but now once you left click, you can move them up and down. So I like mine right there. Now, oops, I forgot shift. That's how you do it, shift. Now what I want to do is take, no, I'm going to go Z, wireframe mode. I still got to get the hang of getting my view right. It's pretty important so far. Now scale like that, and then shift and mouse wheel down. And I think what I'm going to do here is scale this one out just a little bit, and then scale this one in just a little bit. I'm not really looking for any kind of super cool symmetry or sameness or anything. What I want to do is just create the grips in the handle. Now let's go to Z, solid mode. You'll see, no, that's a lot better. I'm gonna go up here, Control S. I gotta remember that. That's the same as every other computer thing in the whole planet, so I should be able to remember that. So what that did is that just gave that a little bit of geometry, a little bit of movement in the handle. It'd be really cool if I could figure out how to make this into a wood grain of some kind. Yeah, that'd be, I don't know. I think ebony would be I think it'd be really cool to have an ebony handle. Deuce or Fusroda, right? So that's what we're going to do there. I might mess with this one. No, I don't know if I like it that way. Let's go to, and the best part about all this, and you can keep this in mind, is that this is, even if you're following a tutorial, I just don't like it. There, shift, boom, and scale down just a teeny bit, and grab just a little bit here, boom. All right, let's see how that looks. I like that a lot better. But what was I saying? I was saying something important and profound and awesome. Oh yeah, if you're following tutorials, don't be afraid to deviate. Don't be afraid to do your own thing. Yummy ice water. But if you're doing the tutorials, like I know the biggest one out there is the donut tutorial, which I have skipped in lieu of going directly to 2.8 rather than 2.79. I do have 2.79 on my computer, but I've been having a lot more fun with 2.8. 3.8? I always mess up. It might be 3. No, it's 2.8. Yeah, 2.8, I think. Pretty sure. Don't make me go look. And not important. Anyway, what was I doing? Yeah, just you can make stuff your own. You know, you don't have to follow these tutorials to the letter. Just like this, what I'm doing here, this doesn't look anything like the sword that Yan did on YanSculpts. On his videos, his 2.8 tutorials, his sword. I'm doing my own thing. I'm using him as a guide, and then I'm gonna do a Sword in the Stone where he did a really cool fantasy RPG style. I mean, it looked to me like it was coming straight out of the Legend of Zelda. So this one is going to be coming at you straight out of Skyrim or the English mythology with King Arthur and the Sword in the Stone, I think. I'm really hoping I'm not screwing that up, and that's like 3 different stories. But all right, the big thing I wanted to get to before our clock counts down too far is the coloring. So, what I'm gonna do before coloring is I'm gonna introduce you to F3. F3 does this. If you hit F3, it's going to bring up the search bar. On 2.79, it used to be spacebar, but in this version, it is F3. Now, whenever you can't find nothing, like I spent about 20 minutes trying to look for add camera. Whoops, F3, I screwed that up. All right, so type in add. Why is it not working now? I had this figured out before I did this. I just did it. Add. That's not F3. I did it before. Oh, maybe it's because I'm in edit mode. Let's go to object mode and see if that helps. Learning experience. Oh, there it is. Yep. I think the problem was I was in edit mode, not object mode. So I switched to object mode, and then I typed in add cam, and so I can add a camera now. Now you might be like, oh, I don't see it. It's right here. You can't really see it. So I'm going to grab it and move it over here. I'm going to scale it way up. Scale it way. Come on. No, there, right there, maybe. Let's go grab. Now I know there is a way to do this better because I know there's a button you can push and it'll just take the screen, this whole thing that you're looking at, and it'll be your camera. But I don't know how to do that yet. I'm still looking for that. So when I figure that out, I will edit that. Or edit this. Well, change it, whatever. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the newbie way. I'm just going to do this. Might grab it, move it over. Grab it, move it up. You just get a good angle on what you want. This is the angle that I kind of wanted to go with. So that's good enough for now. I'm going to change it later. The other thing I want to add is lighting. So add light probe or add light. I'm going to choose add light because I don't know what light probe is. And then you're going to have 4 options. You're going to have your point light, your sun, your spotlight, and your area light. I'm gonna try a spotlight and see how that works. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna move it over here. I'm gonna rotate it Y. No, that's not what I want to do. Rotate X. That's what I want to do. All right, now you can see it's important to remember you're 3-dimensional here. So I'm gonna move that. Scale like that, and then I'm gonna save again because this is where I had trouble right before I started recording on take 1. I want to hit save, and then I don't want to do that yet. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is switch back to edit mode, object mode. Why can't I go into edit mode? Maybe I gotta select the object first, and then edit mode. There we go. All right, now we're in edit mode. I see why. I see now why we delete all these cameras and all that. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. I only watched this twice. I watched it once last week and once this week. So, what button was it? What button was it? It was this one. Yeah. I'm going to hit new. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the number of colors that I need. So I'm going to need 1 color for the blade. I'm going to do a different color for this little section right here. So let's go ahead and hit this little plus. So that's 2. 2, 3. All right, and then I'm going to do a different color for the hand guard. So different color for the handle and different color for the pommel. Yeah, I think that'd be right. So what I'm gonna do is this maybe new material. I'm gonna put handle handle. That'd be good. And then for the handle, I know we talked about an ebony looking handle, but I don't know how to do textures and materials like that. So what kind of color should we go for on the handle? I'm not really great at this sort of thing. Let's just kind of play around with these color wheels. A little bit more over here. That works. Alright, let's just leave it there for now. Material. Let's call this. I wish I knew what that little spot was. This little spot right here between. I'm sure it has a name, a special scientific name that everyone knows. But this little part right here, I'm gonna make it. Let's just call it divider. Divider. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at spelling either, so you're going to see me screw that up quite a bit. Oh, come on. I already don't like how that works. All right, let's go. Where would a silver be? How would you... Or maybe gold. Let's see what happens when we darken this. No. Maybe a little bluer? I don't like that. Let's see about it in this this area, somewhere in there. And you can, again, like I said, you can play with this all you want. You guys have fun with this. This color thing is probably going to take a while, so I might just pick some generic colors for now and then change it off screen a little bit. I kind of like that. Maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, let's leave that there. Alright, so we have the handle, we have the divider, let's do the pommel. I'm not sure if that's how that's spelled or not, but we're going to forgive spelling errors because that's what heroes do. And then for the pommel, let's darken that up a little bit. Let's do that. That's nice. Alright, so now we have the blade, I think is the material. No, I think that's default, so let's do one for the blade. And for blade. And for the blade, I really want like a really good silvery color, steel. Maybe a blue steel, slightly blued. Let's just leave it up there for now. Alright, and then I'm going to go up here, switch over to... I'm not sure what this does. I wish I could tell you I knew what I'm doing here and explain it, but this right here is all stuff that I've seen on YanSculpts tutorial. So I'm going to go shading, I'm going to go this material. That looks nice. Let's try that and see what happens. This is all an experiment. What's this method? Display 3D view. Python. I'm not display in solid mode. Display in lock dev mode. Render preview. I'm not sure. I'm gonna just stop playing with stuff for a minute. Let's go here. Let's do matte cap. Depth of field, cavity. Yes, definitely want that. Alright, now I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly how to add the colors where I need them. I think it's assign. Alright, so this is the handle, so let's go here. Let's go here. Let's do face select. Shift. There is a faster way to do this. I just can't remember for the life of me, how. I don't remember the button that you're supposed to push to select a whole ring of things. These are all handy things to remember, by the way. It would make things go a lot faster. I could probably get more done in a tutorial. So let's see. Handle, assign, surface, subsurface base color. Did I do it? Let's check. Render image. I did. It did work. Now I'm not sure why it's rendered like that. Let's close this out. Maybe it's the sun lamp that's doing it. Let's go to object mode now. Let's try it again. See what that. Yeah, maybe it's because there's no background. Um, see, I don't know. Let's try something. X, delete, F3, add light. Damn it, F3, add light. Let's do sun. Grab. Scale. Whoops. Rotate Z. Rotate I. Rotate Y. Rotate Z. Rotate Z. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I haven't learned a whole lot about light scale. Grab. So, there. Now let's try doing that again and see the change. There we go. Excuse me. That was pretty exciting for me. See, now just playing with something like that. Wow, 30 minutes. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave it for now. I'm going to go close. I'm going to put Control S. That saves it. So we've made quite a bit of progress on our work. We fixed our little mistake from last week. We have some color added now. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off at 31 minutes. It'll probably be 32 by the time I get done rambling through an extra. So what we're going to do is, if you guys are following along or if you're doing anything like that, please feel free to give a thumbs up. It really does help out. I haven't gotten any yet. It'd be really cool if I could get at least one. If I can get at least one thumbs up, then I'll probably do another upload for this week or today, and we'll finish out this coloring. And if not, then maybe I'll just do it anyway. Remember to comment, leave comments down below if you have any advice on anything you've seen. If you have any comments, suggestions, or requests, maybe if you want me to try to do a different kind of render for the next little job we're going to do. If you have any cool ideas, let me know, and I will do my best to accommodate them. If you're learning with me, then let me know how you guys are going. Let me know if it's going good for you. If you guys are having any sort of problems, let me know, and I'll do my best to try to display them on the next episode, or maybe I can figure them out for you and let you know how I figure them out and what I figure out and how to fix anything that you're having a problem with. So, until next time, remember to check out YanSculpts and follow along with his tutorial. And as always, check out Neebs Gaming if you're ever bored. Doralius and Associates is a great show to watch, and it's free on YouTube anytime you want it. And I'd like to give a really cool shout out, really quick, final thing, to the writing community on Twitter. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I just haven't really received a much better. I couldn't have asked for a better reception in the writing community. I think there's a lot of people interested in taking their writing to different mediums. Yeah. So until next time, thank you guys all for watching, and I love all 19 of you subscribers. Yeah, so have a good one.